All right, let's dig in literally to the ultimate blueprint for your very first garden. If you've ever dreamed about growing your own food or flowers but just felt completely stuck on where to start, you're in the right place. We're about to map out a super simple, clear path from just a patch of dirt to a beautiful, thriving garden.
I think we've all had that dream, right? You just step outside, you pick a perfectly ripe tomato right off the vine, or you cut a few gorgeous flowers for the table. But that amazing dream can get buried pretty fast under a mountain of questions. Like, where do I even start? What kind of dirt do I need? Am I even a plant person? Well, let me just say, you are in exactly the right place to figure all that out. We're going to tackle those questions and build your personal gardening blueprint one simple, easy step at a time. So, let's get to it.
Okay, first things first, we've got to dream it and then we have to plan it. I promise, a little bit of thinking right now is going to save you a ton of work later. This is really the key to success. This is where we map out your future little green oasis.
So, what makes for the perfect spot? Well, it really just comes down to three key things. Number one, sun. You gotta be a sun seeker. Most of the stuff you want to grow, like vegetables and flowers, they need at least 6 hours of direct sunlight. So maybe just watch your yard for a day and see where that sunniest spot is. Second, water. Is it close to a hose or a spigot? You're going to be watering a lot, especially at first, so picking a spot nearby is going to make your life so much easier. Trust me on that one. And finally, size. It is so tempting to go big, I know, but please start small. A little 4x4 foot plot is absolutely perfect. It lets you learn and build your confidence without getting overwhelmed.
So you've got your spot picked out. Awesome. Now it's time to prep that perfect patch. Think of this part as creating a 5-star hotel for your plants. This is the foundation for all the success that's going to come later.
And that foundation? It all comes down to soil health. Now, we're not just talking about plain old dirt here. Good garden soil is a living, breathing ecosystem. Healthy soil is fluffy, it's rich in nutrients, and it holds moisture just right. It's that cozy, welcoming home that your plants need to really thrive. So whatever you do, do not skip this step.
And you know what? It is surprisingly simple to create amazing soil. You just need 3 things. First, compost. This stuff is the #1 superfood for your garden. It's like magic, so mix in a really generous amount. Second, toss in an all-purpose organic fertilizer for an extra little boost of nutrients. And third, after you plant everything, top it all off with a layer of mulch. Mulch is the secret weapon. It keeps moisture in the soil and keeps those annoying weeds out. All right, our garden bed is prepped and ready to go. Now comes the really fun part, choosing your plants. But this brings up a really important decision for every new gardener. And here it is, your first big choice. Are you going to start from a teeny tiny seed? Or are you going to get a head start and buy young plants, which you'll sometimes hear called starts? And listen, there is no wrong answer here. There's just the best answer for you. Let's just look at the trade-offs, okay? Seeds, they're definitely cheaper and you get way more variety to choose from. But they take longer to grow and honestly, they can be a little tricky. On the other hand, young plants, the starts, they cost a bit more and you have fewer options, but they are practically foolproof. They give you a huge head start. For most first-timers, I really recommend starting with young plants. It just about guarantees you'll have success and feel great about it. You've done it. You planned your spot, you prepped the soil, and you picked out your plants. Now, for the moment you have been waiting for. Planting day is here. This is where your garden officially comes to life. It's so exciting. And planting is so easy. Just follow these 4 simple steps. 1, check the little tag that came with the plant for spacing. You gotta give them room to grow. 2, dig a happy home for it, a hole that's about twice as wide as the pot it came in. 3, gently slide the plant out, maybe tickle the roots a little to loosen them up, and settle it into the hole. And finally, number 4, this is the most critical step. Give it a big drink of water right away. This helps it settle in and get rid of any air pockets. Your plants are in the ground. That is fantastic. But our job isn't quite done. Now comes the nurturing phase. We've just got to take care of them through these first few crucial weeks. So here's your simple new gardener checklist. First, water wisely. And by that I mean, don't just water on a schedule. Actually stick your finger about an inch into the soil. If it feels dry, it's time to water. If it's still moist, you can wait. Next, weed regularly. Try to pull them out when they're small, before they get big and become a real problem. And finally, just watch. Spend a few minutes in your garden every day. You'll start to notice new leaves, little buds, and yeah, maybe a few pests here and there. This is how you really get to know your garden. And as you start doing this, you're going to discover the truth in this quote. I mean, yes, harvesting your own food is amazing, don't get me wrong, but the greatest reward, truly, is the simple joy of watching something grow that you planted, that you cared for. It's a pretty magical process. So there you have it, your complete blueprint for a beautiful, flourishing, thriving first garden. The plan is all yours. So the only question left is, what are you going to decide to grow first?